My dear daughter, I miss you wherever you are. I hope that when reunification comes, I can meet you again on that day. Please come back to your mother's arms. I love you so much. I miss you so much. I was forcibly repatriated 9 times. Everything I am sharing with you now is true.
You're curious about why I decided to escape from North Korea. I served in the North Korean military for 11 years, and after all that, I received a discharge payment of 41. I took that 41 home and went to the market to buy rice, but 1 kilogram of rice cost 125 won. That meant the money I earned by dedicating 11 years of my life wasn't even enough to buy 1 kilo of rice. Our house was so empty that if you shook an old wooden chest, not even dust or a spider web would fall out. My younger sibling had sold our bedding and all the kitchenware just to buy some noodles so we could survive. Eventually, the house became completely empty. Living like that, I realized that after cooking one meal, there was nothing left, no way to make the next one. So I began what North Koreans call the kochabi life, the life of a homeless wanderer. That kochabi life, it's not just for children. Adults, elderly people in their 70s, almost everyone has experienced it. For 5 years, I lived without a roof, using the sky as my roof and the ground as my floor. And during that life, I became pregnant. My baby was born outside as well. Where did I give birth? There's a place called 97 and in front of Haesan Station. It's where they lock up kochabi and wanderers. From the first floor to the 7th floor, even the rooftop, it was packed with people. They put me in there. To call it postpartum care, well, it was really just a room they let me stay in. I survived on cornmeal gruel so thin that not even a speck of corn was in it. Seeing people die every day around me, I thought, if I stay here, I'll die too, so I escaped. As for how I met my husband, I had known him when I was in the military. He was a platoon leader. We didn't have a wedding. I just packed a backpack and went to live with him. But life there was unbearable. No rice distribution, everything inconvenient. People would drink, fight, beat each other, daily chaos. I couldn't live in that environment, so I left again and wandered. Then we said, rather than starve to death, let's at least try going to China. We crossed the border to earn money. But I was caught by the Chinese authorities and forcibly sent back to North Korea 9 times. During those 9 returns, the state security agents tortured me again and again. Traces of those tortures are still all over my body. They burned me, pierced me with needles, tore my skin, and stuck it back without stitching. The skin would bulge up. They poured boiling water on me. From head to toe, the marks of those 9 torture sessions are still there. My baby was born during my kochabi life, right on the street, at Haesan Station. When the baby got sick, she was hospitalized in a ward. But even there I escaped and went back to China again and got caught again. I always had to take my baby with me. Even when soldiers caught me, I was carrying her. My child was dragged with me into the state security office, and saw everything. Saw me being tortured. Whenever they hit me, my baby would raise her tiny hands, screaming, "Mom! Mom, Mom!" That sound still appears in my dreams. Because of her, only because of her, I endured being sent back 9 times. But right after the 9th return, I was caught in a human trafficking scheme in China. My baby was sold for 3,000 yuan, and I was sold for 5,000 yuan. We were in a taxi when some people got in, and suddenly snatched my baby away. When I asked why, they said that after we passed the checkpoint, mothers and babies would be arrested, so they had to separate us. They said we would meet at a certain spot, but they never came. I waited until it was completely dark. No one showed up. My baby, she was so hungry she kept sucking on my finger, and that tiny hand. As the taxi door closed, that hand slipped out of mine. That was the last moment I ever saw her. Even now, what hurts the most is that I couldn't even give her one full meal, or even a pair of shoes that matched. Maybe then my heart wouldn't break this much. When I came to South Korea, eating a full meal for the first time, was truly a meal of tears. How can I eat so comfortably like this? Where is my child? How is she? Just thinking about it made tears pour out. Seeing 2-year-old children walking with their mothers, smiling, I couldn't help but cry on the spot. At night too, I cried. Even when I met my husband, he didn't know I had a child. I would cry in my sleep, call my baby's name, hold on to an invisible child in my arms, and my husband would shake me awake and ask, "Why are you crying like that?" So I finally told him the truth, and he hugged me and said, "Why did you try to bear such a big pain alone? From now on, we'll endure it together." Those words gave me strength. Because of him, I can endure the pain and sorrow. Even now, although I give lectures and work as a security educator, my child appears in my nightmares. In my dreams, I hold her tight so I won't lose her again. But when I wake up, I cry again. Most North Koreans carry this kind of pain. About 80% of defectors have gone through similar things. Children sold in China. Mothers still alive but unable to save them. That's just how it is. There's a saying that in North Korea, dogs are treated better than the people. And it's not an exaggeration. I dedicated 11 years to the party and the country. But what that country gave me in return was the loss of my own child. I can forget the torture someday, but losing my baby is something I will never forget for the rest of my life. The first thing I bought in South Korea was a teddy bear. It looked like the small toy my child used to want in China. She wanted it so badly, but I couldn't give it to her because it wasn't ours. So when I came here, I searched for one just like it. That teddy bear is my daughter, and because I couldn't bear to leave it alone, I bought a second one, a mom bear, so the two could stay together. Before going to give lectures, I tell them, "Today, stay with Mom Bear instead of me." And when I come home, I say, "You weren't lonely today, right?" It's the only way I can hold on to my child. My dear daughter, I miss you, wherever you are. I hope that when reunification comes, I can meet you again. On that day, please come back to your mother's arms. I love you so much. I miss you so much.
Please pray for South Korea and North Korea. We are currently engaged in a war of systems against communism.